Hi y'all, I hope you're all doing as well as can be today. So today I thought I'd talk about pros and cons and my experience with LDN for chronic pain.
Taking the good with the ups and downs. I wanna see how the world turns round. Let's go adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that may be. Home is with you wherever that may be.
I've been using low-dose naltrexone, also known as LDN, for chronic pain caused by Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, osteoarthritis, degenerative disc disease, a spinal cord injury, spinal stenosis, degenerative discs, and fibromyalgia. I wanted to talk about some pros and cons that I've noticed from using LDN. I use it for chronic pain, but I was actually prescribed it for my immune system because I'm immunocompromised and it's supposed to regulate the immune system. Now, we haven't noticed that LDN has helped me as far as my immune system is concerned. I am still immunocompromised, but it has wonderful benefits for chronic pain, at least for me, from what I've noticed. Let me start out with the pros. Like I said, it helps with chronic pain. Clearly, I have several conditions causing chronic pain for me. I am always in pain, every day, every night. I literally don't remember the last time that I wasn't in pain. But I use several different medications in combination to help me with my pain and to make it a little bit more manageable. So I noticed that if I miss a dose of LDN, the next morning I will feel like I was hit by a bus. So I take LDN every night before I go to sleep. And more often than not, if I do forget a dose, I'll know as soon as I wake up because, like I said, I'm super flared up pain-wise. And especially the pain in my ribs. I have really bad pain in my ribs anytime I miss LDN. For whatever reason, low-dose naltrexone really seems to help my pain, especially my pain in my rib. Another pro is that LDN is a compounded medicine, meaning you can't get it at any generic pharmacy, you have to get it at a compound pharmacy. The pro to this is that you can get it specifically made without any allergens or anything that you have to avoid for whatever reason. So I have some allergies as well as I restrict animal products. I am vegan. So I found a compound pharmacy that makes LDN without gelatin, which is awesome. So some of the cons. The con to it being a compounded medicine is that it is out of pocket. It is not covered by insurance and you will have to pay for the medicine yourself. This is obviously a big downside, especially for people like me who are disabled and sick and cannot work. Anytime I'm admitted to the hospital, I have an issue with my LDN because hospitals generally don't stock LDN. It is not a generic mainstream medicine. So that's a medicine that myself or my mom will bring from my home when I'm hospitalized. I noticed that I have some side effects from low-dose naltrexone, a few of them being irritability or mood swings, fatigue, and hallucinations. So the number one side effect that I personally notice from LDN is mood swings. I am generally a very happy-go-lucky type of person. I don't get moody very often naturally. Even that time of the month, I am still just my normal self, not moody. But I have noticed ever since I've been on LDN that has changed. I wouldn't necessarily call it mood swings, but I get pretty irritable sometimes. And it's kind of out of the blue, like for no reason. And this I was able eventually to trace back to my LDN. It took me actually years to realize that that's what was causing my irritability. I thought it was just all my pain, lack of sleep, and all my other symptoms that were really getting to me. But anytime I'm off of LDN for a period of time, I notice that my irritability gets better and I go back to my normal self. Okay, another con is I notice that my fatigue gets even worse when I'm on LDN. I already have chronic fatigue. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome caused by my mycotoxin disease. I have severe fatigue. I am honestly sleeping generally 16 hours a day, sometimes more, and I have to force myself to be awake. I notice when I'm off of LDN, it gets a little bit better, not much, but the low-dose naltrexone definitely contributes a little bit to my feeling really tired. Okay, and the final con is hallucinations. So I have noticed, and actually I didn't notice this until more recently when I got off of the LDN for a little while, trying to get off of it, and then got back on, I started having hallucinations. I had hallucinations the first time that I started LDN, when I started it to begin with, but I actually said or thought that it was related to my Lyme disease and or mycotoxin disease. I didn't realize that it was a medication causing my hallucinations. For those of you wondering, these hallucinations, for whatever reason, always are spiders falling on my head, and it's always in the middle of my sleep at night. Well, sometimes it's in the morning, but it's always in the middle of my sleep. It wakes me up and I see these imaginary spiders falling onto my face, and I almost always scream and or jump out of bed because in my half awake, half asleep state, I always think it's real. That is, I would say, the most unsettling side effect that I get from LDN, because these hallucinations freak me out when they happen. Like I said, it really feels very real to me. It feels like it's really happening, like there's something really there. I thought I was seeing spirit spiders, but I did some research and I found out this is a somewhat common side effect of LDN. But the good news is it does go away after a while, after your body gets more used to the medicine. So those are some of my pros and cons for LDN for chronic pain. It's definitely been a helpful medicine for me. That's why I've been on it for so long, for 7 years. So I think that it's one of my most helpful meds as far as pain relief is concerned. That was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see me on my chronic illness journey. Hit the bell for notifications on when I post new videos. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Take care.